Do I have a bag to protect it?
Well, how do you carry it?
Just put it in my backpack.
You don't like. There's nothing to wrap
Okay,
up or
okay,
anything?
okay, wait. Before you start judging my equipment
just-
facility, like, it's not that great.
Oh, you're recording.
Oh, it doesn't matter.
already.
We just start whenever we want. I like.
Yeah, you should take better care of your stuff, man.
Oh, so when you know you're on mic, you start judging me.
Yeah.
All right, and 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello, everyone. We have another episode that it's not regular. I don't know. It's not a regular episode, but it's just normal. I'll try to make it regular.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Half regular.
Yes. The beautiful voice you can hear right now is the lovely Tony, who is also a big old YouTuber. What is
No,
it?
not big. Not
Big-
big.
Medium size.
Medium size.
up and coming.
Up and coming, rising Asian YouTuber.
Yeah. What is it? YouTube.com/Flutecookie. Cookies?
Cookies. More than one
yes.
cookies, yeah.
Yeah. Because you always want more than one cookies. How are you?
I'm good. It's nice to be back.
Yeah. I've been talking to Tony about maybe doing this a little bit more regular. Oh, by the way, we're in a cafe right now, so there is kids, and my dog nephew is currently sitting underneath me. So if anything,
Dog nephew.
most likely he could just yank the entire thing and then like destroy my computer and microphone,
Yeah, that's what I was thinking before.
and it'll be like Godzilla attacking. 'Cause he's such a massive dog. But right now he's alright. He's just.
Can ride him to war.
Do you know what? Like so many of our friends, like when their babies, like 1 year old, 2 year olds.
Oh yeah.
I'm reading. My sister and I were just like, we could just put this baby, and then give Blue a harness, like a
Strap him onto Blue.
no, not a harness. What's it called? Like a saddle.
Oh my
And then like
god.
put the baby there, and then just see if like Blue can just like. But yeah. So
Doubt
yeah.
they would let you do that, but.
But I mean, yeah. But he's pretty chill today. He's been more chill these days. So yeah.
Summer.
So yeah, there might be some cuts in case if he starts going wild, or if there's a crazy ass dog, like a little what's the little ones? Chihuahuas and things like that.
I hate chihuahuas.
Oh, they are not the best of dogs, even though I like dogs. Anyway, I've been talking to Tony about maybe doing this a little bit more regular. It's been hard for me to find guests to talk to during the lockdown, during the good old COVID. So after talking to Tony, she's kind enough to say, yeah, we can do something like this a bit more regular. So maybe at least for now, once a month.
Yeah.
I can hear that really loud on the.
Yeah.
I might have to dim that down. But yeah, so maybe we'll do this maybe once a month.
Yeah, sounds good. to
Yeah,
me.
we'll go from there, and then we can just see how we go. If it doesn't work, I'll just scrap the whole thing.
I'm sure it'll be good.
Yeah. So the first thing I was talking. There was two topics that I brought to Tony, and I thought it'd be a nice conversation starter. Is number one, can you separate the artist and their art? Now, just before we started recording, we talked about. I was trying to explain to Tony a little bit more what I was trying to say, and what I mean by separating the art from the artist is, can you appreciate someone's piece of work, knowing, even though their religion or their political stance or their, I don't know, any sort of like opinion differs from yours to a degree that you find out repulsive or even like borderline illegal. A good example, I guess, for me personally would be Michael Jackson. So I love his music. I love it. I grew up with it. But I'm not an idiot. I know that there's a bit of a, I don't know if it's a scandal or if it's
Or controversy.
a controversial thing, but I know that there has been in the past there's been allegations of him bringing kids back to his home to stay over and things like that, and then it became I think when he passed away it was a bit of a, no, there was a Netflix movie, there was a Netflix show documentary about it actually.
I never watched it.
Oh, okay. But essentially, yeah, so like it sort of like brought back to my like thinking like, oh, okay. But I love his music, but it's hard for me to not think every now and then. I'm thinking like, actually, is this love song that Michael's singing, is it actually about this girl? Is it actually about Billie Jean? Is it actually about, whoever? Or is it actually about, this sort of idea of him trying to, have, get in bed with a
Right.
underage boy? But it's hard for me.
Completely different meaning.
Yeah, because it's really weird for me because I love his music. I grew up with it, and it's like I associate certain part of my life with that music. And I just want to get your take on it. Like, have you had that sort of experience or that sort of like internal like crisis within yourself when you're listening to, or even like an art, like a painter or celebrity or whatever?
For me, not really.
Mm.
But I think I'm a little bit different to most people when they listen to music, like, say Michael Jackson, for example.
Yeah.
I don't really care about lyrics as much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you don't care about you care more about the music itself.
Yeah, but I think that might have, I don't know, something to do with my instrumental background. So I've always focused more on melody more than like the meaning behind lyrics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I guess in that way, I wouldn't,
Yeah.
be affected as much. But
Are you into? Have you ever, or are you into like rap music?
rap music,
Yeah.
some of, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because like
some of it.
Because I find myself sometimes getting really drawn into the lyrics itself. Like
The meaning.
Like the
behind-
meaning behind it. Like a good example is one of my favorite lyricists is Freddie Mercury, the singer from Queens,
Right,
and
yeah.
like just some of the things he sung in the past and some of his words, it spoke to me. Parts of, it's almost like, oh my god, that's exactly how I feel, but
Right.
I didn't know how to say it, but he did or she did.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just interesting because I've had this debate in the past, and some people say like, oh, like I fucking hate Kanye West now because, he's wearing a Make America Great Again hat, and I'm like,
Well, I think-
oh, okay.
I think for people like Kanye West, for example, they're not just purely artists. They're almost like a influential figure.
Yeah.
So it matters like what they do as well.
So do you think? So
Okay.
you're saying people like him have transcended
Yeah.
like that
Yeah.
musician, celebrity, and then now to like an influential figure like
Well, definitely, yeah,
Yeah.
because a lot of people look up to them.
yeah.
Yeah. So it's not just purely about the work anymore, I think.
It's about like their behavior or their day-to-day things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just all around us, like a celebrity. Like you don't just purely enjoy them for their artwork, but like just all around as a person.
Yeah.
Isn't it? Yeah.
But then like I would say like, but none of us really know who Kanye West is.
Yeah.
Just like
so
your fans don't know actually who you are. They
Yeah.
know.
it's what they put out,
Yeah.
what image they put out.
Yeah. Like, have you had this sort of experience with your own fans?
You mean like?
Like, what kind of interaction do you have with your fans on your YouTube channel?
I guess like it's very surface level.
Mhm.
Like they will have a certain image of me that's not. Well, it's just one part of who I am, but
Yeah.
I guess like once you see someone as like you put someone as like a idol, you look up to them.
Yeah.
You won't treat them like a normal person. Like you put them on a pedestal,
Yeah.
almost. So everything they do is like
But do you think
you
that's
judge. Yeah.
But do you think that's part of the? I'm just gonna turn this down a little bit. But do you think that's part of the strategies these celebrities use? Like, is that something that you consider when you put out, one of your many videos? Do you go, "Oh, I shouldn't say this because I'm trying to attract this type of audience, or these type of audience wouldn't accept this particular word or opinion or idea"?
Yeah, for sure, definitely. Like, I'm really careful about things I say.
Yeah.
Especially now where like it's there are a lot of things that you can't say
Yeah.
online, and especially like on YouTube. I don't know if you follow it much, but
I only follow the people I like just like
well,
the few people. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, same, but just a lot of people get, like cancelled. Like there's
Yeah.
the cancel culture, and
Yeah.
it's just kind of sad because like there are YouTubers that made funny videos that were great like 5-6 years ago, and
Yeah.
it was appropriate back then.
Yeah.
But then people now will go back to dig those things out and
Yeah.
be like, how could you have said
Yeah.
those things? And like
What
it
was the
doesn't.
recent? There was a recent one, wasn't there? A big one.
Yeah, Jana Marbles.
Oh
Do
wait.
you know about her?
Oh, she's really old. She's
She's
really.
one of the OG.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she quit YouTube recently.
What happened?
Well, that's exactly what happened.
Oh, well, like
So-
did she say something? Did she say like the F word or the?
No, not that. Like her like, cause she's been on YouTube for years.
Yeah, I remember. I remember
maybe
seeing
more than
some
10
stuff.
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
She's one
She's
of
the
the
crazy.
very
She used to
original-
do like crazy
In-
skits. Or things
Yeah,
like that.
she used to do crazy skit, and those were really popular back then.
Yeah.
And I think in some of her videos she might have done blackface
Okay.
or just said things that it was meant for like humor.
Yeah.
But now it's not really appropriate anymore,
Yeah.
if that makes sense.
But then like,
So-
okay, go on. Sorry.
Yeah. So what happened was there was like a small group of people who brought that up, but those videos were made 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think, yeah, that's interesting because. But then like, okay, so if everyone's so sensitive about like, people dressing up in other people's culture, then like, does that mean that like there's certain parts of the Asian community that don't like white girls dressing up in the Chinese gowns? Like,
I think so.
but I don't see a problem. Oh, I don't know. Do you see a problem?
No, I don't think so.
Because I'm like, oh shit, they like
'Cause
how like the way we dress.
Well, yeah, I mean, because I think it's spreading culture.
Yeah.
Right?
Isn't it?
I think so, but I mean, everyone's entitled to their opinion, but
Yeah.
there's definitely groups of people that will think, usually not from the actual original culture, you know what I mean?
So it's not
that
actually
thinks-
Asian people being angry about
Most
white
of
girls.
the time. Well, that's what I noticed. Most of the time it's
So
not.
what? It's like other white people trying
Yeah,
to like.
being like, this is not, cultural appropriation, you're being rude or something like that.
Is that white
like,
privilege? I feel like it's white privilege.
I don't know what's going on, but that's just what I've noticed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I never understood that. Because I'm like, well, I don't know. Or maybe it's because we're in Australia where, like our school when we grew up, it's just a mixed bag of all kinds of people. Like predominantly more Asians, like Southeast Asians, and also, like, I had a lot of European friends as well, and it wasn't that big of a deal. They were like, I remember one really funny thing was we were in a group, we were all just evening lunch in the grass field or whatever. All of my European friends were like, oh, you bought sushi? Did you? Who made that? I was like, oh, mom did. Oh, fuck, that's awesome. But then like the Australian kids were like, ew, what the fuck is that? Oh, like why would you eat that shit?
I got that too, yeah.
Yeah, and then like, but now like, what is it like? Over 10 years now. That was over 10 years ago now. And then now everyone's like, oh my god, I want a California roll.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
Times
oh,
have changed,
like,
yeah.
fuck you guys. And then literally the people that used to laugh at me, like, oh my god, I would love to kill for a salmon sushi roll. And I'm like, oh my god, I remember you used to laugh at me for eating that shit.
Yeah.
You know? I don't know, it's just interesting, that's all.
Yeah.
I'm with you where I feel like it's more spreading culture.
Yeah, but yeah, like I mean, have you seen like news, like just here and there where like people will, I don't know, dress up as blackface or something and they get cancelled for it, or you can lose your job.
Yeah.
doing
So what
stuff like
happened?
that now.
So Jenna Marble left, and
Yeah.
then what happened? So and then what? So but then she has she's so loaded that she doesn't have to be doing that YouTube stuff, right? She can do other
Maybe
ventures,
not.
right? She can invest or do other
I guess.
sponsorship.
But I just felt like it was kind of sad because it's like I don't think she did anything wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you think she's? I don't know.
I think it's just people being a bit unfair.
Yeah. or the people finding things to just.
Well, I mean,
fight
like
about?
this kind of comes back to what we were talking about Kanye West, because like Jenna Marbles she's a public figure now.
Yeah.
Like she's an influencer and
Yeah.
a role model to a lot of people. So, I mean, like that's when her fans, well, part of her fans at least, will nitpick at these things that she does, and I think is like if it was anyone else,
Yeah.
They wouldn't get that much shit for it.
But then even then, like, I'm sure. Oh.
We'll have to cut that out.
We have to cut that out. Or I should just leave it, just because I couldn't. No, but I feel like someone like her who's been in that industry for so long, surely she's got like fans from the beginning, friends that came in halfway through, and then fans that are who just started following her.
Yeah.
So it's like, it's like a band. It's like Maroon 5. I love Maroon 5, but only for their old stuff. I don't like the new Maroon 5 now, because the voice that they are producing now is not the voice I fell in love with.
Yeah.
10 years ago. Jesus Christ, I feel old.
Same.
Yeah, so I don't know. I just feel like it's a topic that I'm really interested to get a lot of people's take, because
well, I mean, like, take me for example. The videos that she used to make, like, it doesn't make me see her any differently than now, because the video she makes now is completely different to the ones that she first started off with.
Probably heavily edited as well.
Yeah, probably. I think
I don't know. I'm just guessing.
the previous ones, like, it's just like totally different kinds of videos. Yeah,
Because like
different
that.
style.
Because if that's the case, the whole culture appropriation, does that mean that, like, if Tony Yu were a white girl and then you dressed up as Naruto and did your famous Naruto theme, check it out. But like,
wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
if that would that be, but then because you're dressing up as a cartoon character, an anime character, Naruto.
Yeah, I don't know if that applies
But then-
to anime.
But then Naruto comes from a Japanese culture. So does that mean that you can't do like, if a white person does that, it's not okay?
I see, that's the funny part, because I don't think it applies to anime.
But it's a cultural thing. But it's a.
It is,
you know?
yeah. It kind of is, but it doesn't.
Does that mean if
I
I
don't
dr-
think people get. I mean, I've seen black people dress up as Naruto characters, and like no one like
I love how
is
you.
canceling them.
I love how you hesitated to say the word black.
Yeah, exactly. This is why, because
Can you? Are we up to the stage where you can't describe people's like ethnicity?
well, a little bit.
Well, how else are you gonna say how else are you gonna describe a black person, other than saying a black person?
I don't know, African American, or I don't know.
But what if they're actually just from Africa?
I don't know.
How are you gonna like?
Actually, I don't know.
Can does that mean people can't say, "Oh, Tony and Daniel is Asian"? They'd be like,
I think it's heading that. I think it's heading that way.
They'd be like, they like the dragon stuff. they worship the dragons and the.
Oh my gosh.
And
I
those-
think it's going there a little bit. Yeah, because like
That's fucked up,
people
then.
get really offended when you ask where they're from. You know that, right?
in like what? In like, hey, I just met you, so I like.
Yeah, just like any circumstances, there are groups of people that get really offended if you ask them where they're from.
But what if that's just the natural conversation? That's
Yeah,
how. That's how I
they'll
start.
they'll get triggered. Some people are.
The fuck?
Yeah, because it's like rude.
How?
Well, because you're asking about their like. I don't understand it very well, but
Is it? I can see that being a problem if it was like, I don't know, like workspace. I don't.
even the workspace environment, I'm like, it's just you just.
Are they
fine,
is it because they're trying to say, it's not about my culture that you should, or my background that you should care about. It's my ability to perform. Oh, there's a dog. There's a dog.
I hear it.
I hear it.
Um.
But is that the problem? Like like Tony, you shouldn't ask me what my background is or where I'm from, because you should just you should just like
Yeah.
like emphasize on me as my character.
Yeah, I guess without the gender, I mean not gender, the nationality identity or something.
But doesn't that
Ethnicity.
carry into your? It doesn't that carry into your opinion and your ability and everything? I just realized this mic is really good. Like for the people that don't realize this, I'm just hearing everything.
Oh dear.
I have to do.
It
this
needs to
edit.
filter out a little bit.
Yeah, I know. You need to show me some stuff, like how to do some editing, because I'm not very good at editing stuff yet.
I don't know how to edit sound that well though.
Oh well, I'll find out. Trial and error. But yeah, it's going back to our conversation. I don't know. It's that's so stupid then because
Yeah.
because I want to know where you're from because
Didn't you see that post on subtle Asian traits recently, where someone actually
is there a page called Subtle Asian Traits?
Are you not in subtle Asian traits?
Oh no, what is this?
Oh my god.
Well, enlighten me.
Everyone is in subtle Asian traits.
Enlighten me, my friend.
Well, it's a Facebook group.
Sure.
Yeah, I think there's over 1 million people in it now.
And is it just like telling other
It's just,
people
no,
their
no,
subtle
no.
Asian traits?
Well, yeah, it's just everything Asian related.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, from like, dealing with Asian parents to, stuff, anything.
Like-
anything Asian related.
Like when your parents put their hand on your arm when you're in a public area, and it's like, oh, you need to shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like stuff like that. Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
You, yeah, you should join. But yeah, there's someone posted there not a few days ago being like, is it acceptable to ask where are you from?
And then what was the consent? The consensus?
Well, I mean, most people in the comments were pretty reasonable about it.
Yeah.
But there is like a small percentage of people that get, offended by that
Okay.
question.
My question. Okay.
It's kind of like, I think it stemmed from like the gender thing.
Oh, I'm
Like,
a
are
transsexual.
you male or female? Like,
Oh.
I don't identify as either. Like, why you,
Oh, I see.
I think it came from that culture.
I can see that. But what
Yeah.
if? Okay, here's a situation that would happen in the real life. Is okay. Say I don't know your background. Say I don't know where you're from, even though I do. But that's for this
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
experiment. I don't know where you're from, so but I want to take you out, and I want to take you out to dinner.
Yeah.
And I ask, hey,
Where are you
like,
from?
like I'll be like, oh, like let's go out for dinner. Like I want to take you out for, say I want to take you to Japanese food. I want to take you to Japanese restaurant. But then
Yeah.
like I don't know where you're from, so if because I'm thinking like, oh, what if Tony is Japanese? She would know a good place to go and get some Japanese food. Like so then
Yeah, yeah,
so
yeah.
then so then knowing your background is important then.
Yeah, I
Right?
think so. Well,
Yeah.
I think so. I mean, I'm not the one that's getting
Yeah, that's true.
offended.
Yeah,
but
you're not the one that's
I
getting offended,
think, I think it is, but yeah, I just find it really,
But who the fuck has the time to worry about shit like that?
yeah, I know, right?
Like, isn't everyone busy with trying to make a living? Like,
I don't know. Yeah, but there definitely is.
okay.
There's a group of
Okay.
people like that, yeah.
Oh, that's probably why I don't have many friends. I only have a select few.
I mean, none of my friends are like that, but I know,
Yeah.
I know that, like,
Yeah.
people like that exist. But I don't understand, but yeah.
Yeah.
That's just my view, though.
Fair enough. That's interesting. I just don't understand why that would be a problem. But then, again, like you said, like I'm not the person that's finding that offensive.
Yeah.
What a weird world
I
we
can't
live
believe
in
you
now.
didn't know that.
No.
Oh. I've
'Cause-
even seen like videos on YouTube made about it, being like, you should not say this, blah blah blah.
But then like
Yeah, like
I don't have time to look at that. I just look at
I don't know. It's just like people get offended about things easily these days.
yeah. Fair enough. Well, it's just odd to me because, like, number one, who the fuck has the time to worry about all that stuff? And number two, like, and who the fuck cares? Because if I'm comfortable under
More
my
important things to worry about.
yeah, like, can I make my rent this week or whatever it is? Yeah. Because the other thing I'm thinking is like, if I'm comfortable in my own skin, then like I have no problem telling you where I'm from.
That's a good point, because I think the people that are like that is because they're actually not comfortable with their roots.
Yeah, where you from? I'm from Taiwan.
Yeah, because it's usually like an example, like us, like
Yeah.
well, nationality is from Taiwan, but then
Yeah.
we grew up here.
Yeah.
So what do we identify as, you know?
Well,
so obviously we don't look Australian.
yes,
so then when
sure.
someone asks you, where are you from?
yeah,
Obviously I, identify as Australian.
Yeah.
So then I'll get offended
yeah.
that they'll ask me where I'm from because I don't identify as Taiwanese. And that's why they're pissed off.
I've heard.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've heard this. I've had this discussion before, and then the conclusion we came up with in the end with my friend was that culturally, I'm more Australian,
Mm.
but obviously racially, I'm racially I am Taiwanese because I
Yeah,
fucking
yeah,
look
yeah,
like
yeah.
a fucking
Yeah, yeah.
yellow potato.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
That's not politically correct.
I don't give a fuck. I don't know. Who's gonna cancel me? Like,
Yeah.
no one listens to this anyway.
You never know. Maybe 10 years down the line when you're big, you're going to get cancelled for this podcast.
But I'm talking shit about myself, right?
Yeah.
I don't know. But then like, I remember my friend. I think I heard a term called banana, yellow on the outside, white on the inside.
Yeah. I used to say that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But like, so like, I think culturally I'm more Australian because obviously, my thinking and the way I see things is a bit more Western. It's definitely Westernized. It doesn't have to be Australian, but it's definitely Westernized.
Yeah.
But I think at the core of it, where like, so my race is Taiwanese, as in like, I remember talking to that friend of mine. We said, we sort of came to it where what's important, it's most likely going to be our core value is still most going to be more Taiwanese.
Yeah, because that's most likely your family brought you up with those values. So
like you open the doors for the elders, you say please and thank you, and then you smack the kids. I mean, what? No, who said that?
oh dear.
No, you don't smack. I don't smack kids.
Maybe just a bit.
Maybe
A
just
bit
a
of
bit.
smacking is good.
Do you know
No,
what?
I'm
Like,
just
do
kidding.
you know what? The amount of fucking like beatings I got as a kid is like
Really?
people would just be like, oh my god.
That's
should we-"
child abuse?
Yeah. Even
But
at school.
For Asians, it's like, like it's normal.
It's normal. It's like,
Yeah,
wait,
that's
you
a
never
cultural
got beat before? You know?
Yeah.
It's like, you want to be part of it. You want to be part of the group, don't you?
Be part of the child abuse.
Yeah, exactly. Be part of the AA meetings.
This is not good.
I'm definitely going to drag you with me. Yeah. I don't know. But then, like, going back, so artists and their work, because in the end, I decided that unless they did something that is 100% like, so say like, let's take Michael Jackson for example. If there is hard
Evidence.
hard proof and hard, like, you can't get away, you just, there's no way of explaining it other than what it is.
Yeah.
Like, then I'll be like, okay, I will maybe not listen to his music.
I think that's very reasonable.
But if it's like, I'm not sure because there is this like weird like grey area rumor,
controversy,
then I'd be
yeah.
like, I don't care because I
Yeah.
like his music.
I think that's very reasonable.
Because you could extend that to classical music as well, where we sort of got brought up. Like, you know, who was the composer that wrote music for or dedicated to Napoleon?
I can't remember.
Is it Beethoven?
I'm not sure. About that one.
Regardless, so like, say if a famous composer wrote a piece of music for the leader of a communist party or a leader of a
Or like Hitler
or Hitler or something like, but then like, do you care now because it's so long ago? Like, are you gonna be like, I'm not going to learn this piece of music, or I'm not going to listen to it just because they like the Communist Party or like the Nazi Party? Like, does it matter now? Because it's so long ago. And I personally have never been affected by that situation. I don't know. It's just an interesting topic to explore. That's all.
Well, I guess you're not promoting any of their like core like beliefs if you're listening to the music, anyways. So I don't think it matters that much.
Yeah. So like, so say like, if you're like, because I don't have any fans, I'm just gonna use you as
I'm
an
sure you
example.
have a few now.
Fucking hell! If I have fans, I'm the worst example. Do not follow me. But say like if your loyal fans suddenly realize, nothing drastic, but they just realize suddenly like, oh, you actually like pop music, or sorry, hardcore metal music more than you like anime music. You know, like should. You know, I know. I know. That was a terrible analogy.
I think I know where you're trying to go.
Yeah, but I don't know.
Like if I was a bad person,
Yeah.
or if I was racist or something.
Yeah. Can you be racist towards your own people? Towards your own people?
Yeah, I think so.
You think so? Yeah.
It just wouldn't be because of race, I guess.
Because I always.
But yeah.
I always thought, if someone is racist towards their own, like people or their own country, is it because they're not comfortable of who they are? And that makes them feel ashamed to be part of that country or that culture?
Yeah, I think so. Most cases.
Yeah, that's just what I'm talking
General,
general
as a
right now.
general case, yeah. I
Because
think so.
if I'm happy, if I'm comfortable being Taiwanese, I'm just gonna say yeah, I'm Taiwanese. Yeah.
I think there are a lot of Asian people that grew up in Western culture that feel that way.
I know.
Subconsciously.
Yeah, I think I know a couple people that
Yeah.
used to maybe like not like their own country because they feel different.
It's sad. Yeah, it's because we feel different here.
Mm.
So we're the minority. So
Yeah.
that's why subconsciously you'll feel that way.
Yeah. But now like there's nothing but Asian people in Australia. No, I'm kidding. In the bigger
Asians
city.
on the rise.
Well, how
Yes.
many Chinese people is there in general?
Too big.
Is it 2 people? Fucking hell. That's so many.
Brisbane's actually not that many compared to Melbourne, apparently.
But we have better restaurants, I must say.
Compared to Melbourne? Really?
Maybe we just have cleaner restaurants.
Okay, I wouldn't know about that.
I mean, look at this. This is so much cleaner than like big. Oh, then again, we're sort of like.
I think you're thinking of Sydney. Sydney's pretty dirty.
Oh, is that Sydney?
Sydney's dirty. Oh yeah.
I haven't been to Sydney for so long. It's.
Well, I mean, can't travel, but yeah.
No, yeah, no.
I
I
know.
mean, yeah. No, I haven't traveled anywhere other than staying home.
Yes.
Don't lock me up, Australian.
From the couch to the fridge.
The couch to the fridge. Yeah. No, the couch to the fridge to the toilet and then back to the couch.
And then to bed.
No. You just sleep in bed. You just sleep
Just
on the
sleep
couch.
on the couch.
Sleep on the couch. That's the way. That's the only way.
That's the new travel.
That's a new travel. This dog is really calm, actually. But yeah. Yeah. What was our next topic? Oh. The next
About AI.
AI. Yeah. I recently.
That's interesting.
Yeah, I recently saw this project that's been going on. Let me pull it up on my phone. It was really interesting.
What project?
It's called All the Music Project. So let me find if I can find like
Okay.
So from what I've gathered is these two musicians who also happens to be I think lawyers or programmers. They've decided that because all these copyright restrictions with you can't use certain music and all that stuff, that they used an algorithm to create every possible melody that could ever exist.
Right.
How
is that possible?
That's the brief synopsis I got from.
Okay. Yeah.
But let me see if I can find something.
And then what do they do with it?
And then they make it free.
Oh.
So like say like if I'm looking for like a opening theme or I'm trying to find like a idea for a melody or melodic phrase or whatever, I can go to their website and then like download it for free, completely free.
Oh, so royalty-free stuff.
Royalty-free stuff, exactly.
Yeah.
So.
I see.
I don't know if this is. It,
I could talk like for an hour about copyright music.
Well, that's.
Fuck me.
Yeah, do it. I mean, to the extent possible under the law. Okay, I think this is maybe partially about the project. To the extent possible under law, for all works to which all music LLC has copyright, related rights. Oh no, actually, this is not it. This is just some disclaimer thing. How can I not find what? Wait, all the music project. But yeah, because the reason why I brought this up was because I know that you are always constantly dealing with this sort of copyright thing with your YouTube channel and your cover, because you do cover stuff.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah.
And
It's very annoying.
it's very annoying.
Let me tell you.
Please, by all means.
Yeah. Well, I mean, once you get into music, there's just because copyright laws. I mean, I'm not a lawyer, but copyright laws are just really notoriously vague. Yeah, just lots of grey area. So once you just go into music, it's a very, very sticky situation.
Okay, so I've just pulled it up. So what's the project? We have created an application to generate by brute force all mathematically possible melodies and write them to MIDI files. The application accepts various parameters such as pitch, rhythm, length to mathematically exhaust all melodies that have ever been and are mathematically possible. When our MIDI files were written to disk, they were copyrighted automatically. We then dedicate all newly created files to which we have legal rights to the Creative Commons Zero, short for CCO.
Oh, okay.
As such, this project may leave many or perhaps all melodies open for other songwriters to use without fear of being sued. So here comes the bit of a music theory here. The diatonic scale has only 7 pitches, and every melody ever created must work within that 7-note constraint. So they're talking about Western music, not Eastern music at all. So the universe of possible melodies forms a grid. That grid is mathematically. It has existed since the beginning of time, and each time a songwriter writes a melody, that songwriter is merely plucking that already existing melody from the already existing melodic grid. And then there's a really cool finite melodic grid.
Okay. Right.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, maybe look into it. But so
it's a very interesting take on it.
Yeah. So but it sounds of it, they're talking about basically the classical theory, you know, because I guess Eastern music isn't as it's a bit more not atonal. What's the word I'm looking for? Like, we follow a different theory. We follow a different.
Yeah, compared to like Asian music.
Yeah. What do you think about that? Like, if does that interest you? Like someone like you who creates content, like, and then now that knowing that there's someone out there creating this project.
I guess like, I mean, that's for people to use as like inspiration or like to put into background music, or
it says songwriters. But I'm sure you could use it for anything as well, like for
I
anything
guess
you want to use.
Yeah, probably. But I guess like it doesn't solve the existing copyright issue that I have though.
So what's your existing copyright issue?
Well, I mean, it's like if I play like
X animation opening music.
Let's say I play Ariana Grande's song.
Sure.
It's already a song that exists.
Yeah.
And it's copyrighted under her name, right?
Yeah.
So the moment I play that, the money I make goes to her or her company, or whatever the company that owns Ariana Grande's music. Yeah.
So.
Not really sure. So that's
100% of it.
Most of the time, yes.
Yeah.
Some companies will choose to share revenue with you, and if they are a bit more generous. Otherwise, everything goes towards them.
Then how do you cover? Sorry, go on.
Even in like some Japanese companies with anime music, they will block your video in some countries. Yeah. So a few of my videos are blocked from countries because it's copyright issue.
So well, then how do cover artists on YouTube make money then?
I'm actually not entirely sure.
Like I've seen a lot of
They can.
really cool people like creating
Yeah.
covers, like really different take. Like one.
If it's a say if it's a mashup,
Yeah.
I think it's transformative enough to claim.
Because you're creating a complete different thing.
Yeah, it's transformative enough. But covers, pure covers, the most you can get is to revenue share.
So what if it was like, okay, so you use Ariana Grande, whatever, but you expanded the song into something else completely. Like you might have improvised something on top of that, or you have added a complete different accompaniment. Maybe melodic. The melody structure is still there, like the melody itself.
So people can still recognize it.
So people still know it's the Ariana Grande song, but like the accompaniment is different, the instrumentation is different.
Yeah.
Like, is that different enough for you to be like, this is, yes, it is her music, but it is actually my take of her music?
Well, yeah, you probably at the most be entitled to revenue sharing in that case.
100% of it?
No.
What?
It will never be 100% because it's not your work. It's only transformative, but it's not your original work.
Your original work. Fuck. Oh, okay.
Yeah. But most companies won't let you revenue share anyways. Well, like, at least half of them don't, because they're not that generous.
Because maybe they fear that, like, oh, suddenly your cover gets a massive hit.
I don't know why, because, like, if anything...
Because your Naruto... but your Naruto cover has, like, 1 million views.
6 million.
Oh, sorry. Oh.
6.5 million.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
No, I'm just
6
kidding.
million views. Like...
It's a lot, yeah. I earned 0.
What?
0. 6 million views would have gotten me like $7,000 by now of money.
And just 0.
0.
Is it because of the Kishimoto, the Naruto author, or is it from the publisher, or is it from the YouTube themselves?
So it's case by case, but that particular case was the instrumental track I used. Was
Your
not,
flute?
No, the backing track.
Oh.
Was owned by someone else.
That was that was under the publisher of the Shonen Jump?
No.
Oh.
It was like an independent person.
So it got nothing to do with like...
It's got, that one, it was a different case, but yeah.
That's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
So it's not even to the original owner
No.
that wrote that piece of music?
No.
Or is that person that's claiming your view, is that person the one that actually wrote the original piece?
No.
Oh, so
They just made the instrumental track.
The
That's all.
fuck?
Yeah, it's just the backing track that they made. It's not the music. They didn't compose the piece.
Yeah.
They just made the instrumental track.
That's
But they claim
that's crazy.
everything.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's complicated then.
Yeah, it's really complicated. So I made a lot of mistakes on my behalf.
Are you making less mistakes now?
Well, I mean, technically, if I were to do it right, I make my own instrumentals.
So you would just like... Does that mean... Wait, so if that's the case, if you're making your own instrumental, does that mean... Okay, so say like you need an instrument... You need to play an instrument, but that instrument you can't actually play. Say, what's an instrument you don't play? Guitar. Violin, okay. So you don't play violin.
Yeah.
And you got someone to play the violin part. Does that mean... Is it the player? The guy or the girl that you brought in to play the violin part, does he or she get the money, or is it you?
Well, I mean, I will
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what I mean. Like, I will have to pay them for the instrumental track.
Like you pay them for the service, like the actual recording and the
Yeah.
But then like
they don't get to share in it.
they don't get any. What's the word? Is it called? No.
Revenue from the...
Yeah, not revenue. What's the other word? It's circa... oh my god, there's a word
like
for
a
it.
cut?
Yeah, like a cut, like a... like TV show stars, they'll constantly get money every time the TV show has been put on to...
Stream?
Yeah, oh my god. Royalty!
Oh,
yeah.
right.
Like, do they...
No. I just pay them like a fixed price for their work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially you're subcontracting them or contracting them to come in and do that
Yes.
job, and that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So and then from that point onwards, that's their job done, and then
Their
all the
job's
money that you get from that point onwards, it's you.
Yeah.
Nothing to do with, like, even if you got me to come in and play piano or saxophone for you, that's got nothing to do with me in the end. Like,
Mhm.
okay.
Yeah.
Oh. So does that
I
mean?
mean, you can credit the person that made the instrumental track, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then they don't get. But so is that what you've been doing now, like more?
Well, no, because I don't get enough money from the views to make up for the money I have to pay to get an instrumental track.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Okay. Man, YouTube's complicated.
Yeah, it's really complicated. It actually isn't that complicated, but because I do music, that's why it's so complicated. It's because of, like, I chose literally the worst.
Like category.
Yeah, the worst category. And I only just found this out recently.
Yeah.
Because I started, like, getting all these issues.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm in a lot of, like, Facebook groups that do,
Yeah.
you know, YouTube and stuff like that. And then people have talked about music, and then, yeah, everyone's just like, yeah, music is just, like, it's horrible. It's really.
So you should become like
it's
a
bad.
vlog. What, are you gonna be a vlogger or something?
I can't. But yeah.
Yeah, you can just be like, "What's up, guys?" Like,
Well, I mean, I've already established like 90k subscribers that came from
Wow.
for Naruto cover videos. So anything else I do, no one wants to watch.
oh yeah, because you have to worry about. Oh, this is very complicated. This is like, oh my
Yeah,
god.
yeah. So it's like
See, these are the things I would never
I'm
have.
very tired, honestly. I'll just say here, like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. Okay. Fair enough. But yeah, I because I saw it and I was like, it's so interesting, like how they mathematically created all possible, I guess,
Yeah.
melodies.
Computer generated.
Yeah. Oh my god. The one thing I thought, like, computers can never take over, but they are.
You think so?
Can computers take over art?
Mm.
I like to think no. I like to think we have this authenticity that computers will never have. But I don't know. Like, I mean,
What
It-
makes you not know, or like not
well,
sure?
because of what all the innovations been happening with Elon Musk and
Yeah.
you know, like, or Boston Dynamics. You know,
What's that?
I think Boston Dynamics is a company that just makes a dope, like, technology. I think the big famous one is that robot dog.
Oh, I don't know if I know of this.
I'll link it to you, but like,
Okay. Yeah.
there's so much innovation going on in that area. It makes me wonder, like,
Do you think people would pay to watch a robot play the violin though?
for me, it would be a novelty. For me, it'd be like, I'd be interested to see what they
Yeah.
have. Like, if you put someone really, like a human that's one of the top best violinists versus a computer that they just program to play the same piece of music, I'd be interested to see what the differences are. Because someone's got to program the dynamics, the phrasing, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
So in the same,
It's really interesting to see if it will sound like a robot or if you can't actually tell.
because to me, the difference is a human can, okay, if I played a piano piece when I was 10 years old versus if I play the same piece now that I'm about to be 30, I think there is differences, subtle differences that maybe I like to think that only humans can pick up on. Because my interpretation of this piece of music when I was 10 years old is very different to my interpretation of this song, this piece at the age of 30. But then when a computer is being programmed to play the same piece of music, is the computer just a tool like, is the computer just a tool to deliver that piece of music? Like, there's no, like, can the computer actually
okay.
comprehend like the background that we had to learn? So like the composer's background, their hardship, their relationship, or what is the purpose of this piece of music?
But how much of that goes into the actual playing though?
I don't know.
Do you
This-
think it makes a big difference in the playing perspective? Because I think
Yeah.
expression's a technique. So if you just boil it down to that, if
Yeah.
they could make a robot so sensitive like that, you know, they could program
Yeah.
all these subtleties and nuances into it, then it's possible they could replicate a human
But
playing.
can a
I think, anyways.
okay, so a violinist breaks her or his strings halfway through the performance. He or she have expected have trained for this and knows exactly what to do. Can a robot do that? Can a robot
I
go?
think it's possible.
You think
I mean,
so?
like, we have self-driving cars that will do stuff.
Touche. Good point.
You know what I
That's a
mean?
good
Like,
point.
I
That's a
think
good
if
point.
that's possible, they could eventually do that with.
Then what the fuck
Violin
are we going to
playing
do
with-
for the rest of our lives then if our job just gets fucking taken over?
Well,
Like-
I mean,
What if a robot just starts like, I'm just going to do a podcast? Like, have a robot make a podcast. Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about this thing. Da, 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 da.
I don't know, but are they sentient? Sentient?
Yeah, can they think for themselves?
Yeah, because that's that's what it comes down to, right?
Yeah.
Because as a listener, like, if I know that this robot isn't sentient being, then I don't know if I would feel the same way about the performance.
Wait, you've hit you okay, wait. I just threw something from what you just said.
What?
People go see a live performance to hear. People who go and see a live show don't want to hear the same thing they hear on their Spotify or on their CD or on
Yeah.
streaming. They want to hear the same song but a little bit different. They want that live experience.
Yeah.
But if you are just a computer, you will just play the same thing that
Yeah, that's
the
that's-
what it was put out originally.
mm.
But whereas like if you go see a live performance, you want to hear. It's almost like the imperfection that we're looking for in the live concert.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Or it's like the like the vibe,
Yeah. Or like the atmosphere maybe.
atmosphere. Yeah.
Because like if people hear you play your Naruto piece and then hear your live, you.
Well, I mean, my recording's gonna be better than.
But like like
it's
you
pitch
went.
corrected.
But like you went.
yeah.
No, for example, like you went a third up, but then in your live performance you actually stayed. You didn't go up a third, or you went up, or you went down a third, and then in live audience be like, oh my god, because that's different to what I've heard. It's a new thing, isn't it? That's a very simple example, but like I don't know.
Yeah, I think. Well, yeah, I think so. Like, if it was me, I don't know if, other than the part where I'm just curious if a robot could play well.
I think
I
a
don't
robot can
think I
definitely play well. I think a robot can 100%
Yeah.
play well, but it's the next stage, isn't it, that we've been training and we've been seeking to do, which is putting us individually into the music, right?
Yeah.
This is a very
I don't
interesting.
know. I don't know if that's possible to replicate.
It'd be interesting to have like you and I, but and then like a programmer or like someone who's a bit more like
They have to be like top level.
yeah.
That's not. Yeah.
Yeah.
Top level programmers to be able to just.
Like
know
a
if it's
professor or something like yeah. It's just
Can ask Elon Musk. He probably say it's possible.
But even then, it'd be interesting. But then you would want someone who has a music background to sort of understand where we're coming from, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think most musicians would say no though, because they don't want to be taken over by.
But that's because we have our own bias, because we want to keep our jobs,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
Because I'd be like, because that's what I mean. Like, I would like to think we have something different
To offer.
as a musician or as a.
I still
music
think we
enthusiast.
do, because say if a robot can play exactly the same as Maxim Van Gogh or
Yeah.
something, I would still choose to watch Maxim Van Gogh because I know the robot is a robot.
But then, are you just also appreciating the aesthetic of that artist?
Well, let's say the robot was a better looking version of Maxim
Yeah,
Van Gogh or
that's what
whatever.
I mean. Yeah.
Then
Because the other part of making music or like making
aesthetics.
it's the sex
Yeah, that's-
appeal.
Yeah, that's actually really true. Yeah, that's really true. I think half of it is visual.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
Most
why the
people
fuck?
look, they don't listen.
I mean, why the fuck are artists, like tattooing or piercing or doing something provocative because they want to aesthetically shock you or aesthetically attract you.
Yeah. Or
Miley
stand out in
Cyrus,
some
Lady
way.
Gaga, you know,
I think
they're
classical music does that to an extent.
to an extent,
Yeah.
but I think
obviously not as crazy, but
Not as
it's
crazy.
more reserved.
but maybe it was
still
crazy
does.
at that time.
Yeah, maybe.
It was crazy in that time.
Maybe. I don't know.
Can you imagine
what
people like,
they were-
oh my god, like he's not wearing a wig.
Yeah. Mozart.
They'd be like, oh my god, like all the ladies be like, oh my god, he's not wearing a wig.
the
That's-
fans.
Yeah, the fan. Yeah. Like that's so new.
That's so funny.
Or like, can you imagine they're like, he's wearing blue, not black. Can you imagine?
Oh,
Simple
that's so
shit that we just
funny.
take for granted these days.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Anyway, how long have we been doing this? Oh my god, I locked my computer. Can I get in? Oh no, Tony, help me.
Well, it's still recording though, right?
Yeah, it's still going on. Doesn't matter. Oh, been going for 55 minutes. Yeah. I don't know. Anything you want to add before I? AI, the artist from the art.
Well,
That went by really quick, by the way. I didn't realize it was an hour already.
yeah.
I might have to edit
I-
that beginning bit off though. the siren or whatever it was.
Yeah, I hope. Like, I'm interested to see how AI develops, but
Yeah. Would you ever
I-
get an AI car? Like, would you ever get a Tesla?
that's the car I want to get.
That's also the car I want to get. I just want to
I
see
just
what
don't.
it's
I
like.
don't have the money, but yeah.
Yeah. When you get it with your YouTube money, I'm just gonna ride along.
My non-existent YouTube money from all the copyright. Yeah,
Oh, that's
totally.
fine. Yeah. All right. Well, that being said, I'm going to finish off here then, I guess. All right. Bye.